what would you say are the marks of a healthy Christian community? Like, what does that look like?
I think people that live authentically together where they can share openly their struggles, share openly their sin, a robust prayer life within the community. I think a life of living life together outside of the weekly gathering is good. Discipleship happening in a robust way, serving others. It's just living life for Christ, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what a healthy one looks like. And then it's growing. I think that matters too. Like, if you just remain stagnant and just kind of become introverted and like to yourself, you're not really growing, which means you're not evangelizing, which means you're not inviting people back in. The maturity realizes that this is a kingdom mindset where this is not about me. This is about what Jesus is doing through us and through me. And we want to grow that for him and be part of that process, right? And so thinking kingdom-mindedly, I think is a really important thing towards like a mature believer, looking beyond yourself and beyond your own time even. Like they say, a wise man plants a tree that he never sits under the shade of. You're thinking forward all the time. And then you don't hold on to his life daily, right? Like you look forward to being with Jesus, but you want to serve him all his days. Like I keep telling our house church pastors and all the emails I send out with communication, I'm like, a life lived serving the Lord is a life well lived indeed. Like I want to be known for living for Jesus more than living for myself. But I think a robust, healthy house church community looks like that. They're just serving others and serving each other and just living for one another and growing.
How Church Project does it is pretty rare, transparently. Not that other churches aren't doing it that way, but I do feel like the modern church kind of drifts away from the early church model. Why do you think that is? We see what you explained earlier, which is like groups, like 20s to 30s, 30s to 40s, or even like really specific groups like singles. And not that those aren't good. Like I could see those living in addition to a house church model or whatever you want to call it if you're in a church. Why do you think that the modern church doesn't follow that?
I think there's a long history as to why we got there, but I think why we don't do it, it's comfortable. It's just what we've always done.
Yeah.
And so we're just used to it. That's the drift we'll always have to fight against, right? It's going back to what we're comfortable with. I think that, I don't know exactly why we do it the way we do it, but I think there's a pattern that just people have grown up doing for so long.
Yeah.
I came into the faith later in life, so all I know is the model that we were used to be doing. But it's almost like when you see what we do at Church Project, it's like the aha moment goes off in your brain. It's like, oh, this feels right. This feels more authentic. And I look at scripture and I can see like, this is what they used to do. But if you look at the modern church and you can't really draw from scripture, like where'd you get that idea to do it that way?
Yeah.
Not that it's wrong necessarily. I think there's just better ways to do it.
Sure.
So why did we get here? I don't know for sure. I just think that it's just what we're comfortable doing.
Yeah.
And it really focuses more on like, maybe it's just easier because it's mostly focused more on like Bible study and like inverted kind of like learning yourself, but not really going outward. I think it's, some people have really good community, but I think people are really more comfortable just learning about things, actually doing things with it. And I think at Church Project, the default is really you end up having to step into things in a different way. Like getting involved in biblical community is sometimes a hard step for people because they feel uncomfortable being around people that are not like them socially, economically, skin color, whatever the thing is for them, right?
I think that's the main thing.
It's uncomfortable, right? They'd rather be with homogenous groups that they can all like live life together and be like their own little thing.
Yeah.
But to step in with a 78-year-old woman and a 25-year-old man and a married guy and a divorced person and living life together, that just seems like weird to people.
Yeah.
Until you do it, then you realize the beauty of it. And then you realize this is what the church looks like actually. Yeah. People living together, right? So we do it on the large scale at the corporate gathering. Why not do it on a small scale?
Yeah. For somebody who's listening to the show and they're like, okay, I'm on board, like, and they see that their life doesn't reflect that. How does somebody get the level of community we're talking about?
I think just by, at least at Church Project, by just being willing to step into house church.
Yeah.
We make it really easy to find one and to go to one.
Yeah.
Here's our instructions, like, look at the map, find a house church closest to you that meets the night that we can meet with you, and then fill out the QR code, fill the form, and we'll connect you with the house church pastor directly, and then you just show up.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. So it's finding opportunities for stepping in. Most guys, I think, in any church context, even outside of Church Project, there's always like a workout group. There's always like a church meeting inside of a church, a live stage group, whatever it's going to be. You just need to step in and do it. It's really that simple. I would say it's It's simple but not easy sometimes.
Yeah.
You just have to get over the hump and do it. And the first step is always the worst one. Then you'll have regretted not done it, but once you step in and do it, you'll regret having done it sooner.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah. You have to be willing to step into it. So let's say you go to a church or you're in an area that doesn't have that. Well, maybe you need to build it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you need to build it, and I'm sure, I don't know, is there even resources? Church Project might have some resources to help with
as far as that part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we have conferences. We talk about what it means to be a church of house churches. They learn how to do that. But honestly, it's just initiative on the person to kind of step in and just figure it out, right? Like and again, it's about community. It's about knowing people. So if I were to walk into a church that I didn't know anybody there, the first thing I would try to do is find a group like a house church or a small group or something to get plugged into. Or you find, where's another guy that kind of looks like me?
Yeah.
Like we go back to that, the default is find someone that's kind of close to you. I'm not going to search out an 85-year-old guy, although maybe I want that. But for me, I'd rather find someone like you, get to know you, take you to coffee, have fun, get to know you, and just like spend time with you and then just build off of that.
Yeah.
It's really not difficult, but you got to be willing to step in and kind of want that.
Yeah.
If you don't want it, it's not just going to fall in your lap.
Yeah.
You got to seek it out. You got to hunt for it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it might not be something that you can find. It might be something you have to build.
I think that's right. If you want it, it's not there. It's up to you to do it. I mean, one of the things we had early on at Church Project was what made you righteously angry and where are your passions? That's typically a ministry for you to fall into. Because at Church Project, when we first started, we didn't really have a lot of anything, right? So in this case, if you find yourself in a church context where you don't have what you're looking for, don't expect the church to do it for you.
Yeah.
Step in and do it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with you saying, hey, let's get 4 or 5 guys together to study scripture together. Let's have 4 or 5 guys to spend time in prayer together.
Yeah.
You just have to want it. You have to want it. At some point, you have to want it more than the church. I mean, if you're just waiting for the church to do it for you, you're likely going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
It's really honestly not the church's responsibility to do it for you. We want to provide things for you, but it's up to you to step into it if you can. But if it's not there, you've got to find a way to do it.
Yeah. What else, man? What else you have about community?
Oh, man. I would say that, over the years, it's been really interesting to watch what community looked like to me. When I first came to faith early on, I went to a church where you kind of had a small group kind of like interest meeting. Mm-hmm. It was all like-minded, or not like-minded, like age people. In that case, it was like my 20s.
Yeah.
And they sat in a circle like, who wants to lead this? And they just kind of said, they did the pointing test. Like, and everyone pointed at me. It's like, oh, okay, I'll figure it out, So I led a group like that for about 3.5 years. And we're still friends to this day. But we felt called to do something different. And so I stepped into community over in another church where I was able to actually teach. Like it was more like a Bible study type thing. I wanted to do that at that season of my life. And it looked different then too. And that was like, again, that was the one that was like kind of removed from everyone. So I learned a lesson there about being in proximity. Like I could drive to somebody, build community there. It was really more for them than for me because I just wasn't near you. I was like, I love you guys, but if I'm 40 minutes away, I'm useless to you, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we pulled back. We started looking for churches in the area. That's when Church Project came up. They were about 3 months old. We found that. And so when I stepped into the community here, it made a lot of sense. And it was a diverse, discipleship community. And that was different than so I had homogeneity, I had proximity, and I had diversity and proximity, right? So I learned over that span of time that it's really important to find something close to you. Really important to find something that's diverse from you. And to your point, like at Church Project, we have house church. We also have life stage groups. They don't supplement it, or they don't replace it. They supplement it, right?
Yeah.
So that's important for you to have it, but having community is good. So I don't know what else to say about it other than I think everybody needs to be in it.
Yeah.
I think you're better off if you're in it than if you're out of it.
Yeah.
If you're not in it, you have to find out why you're not in it. And it's easy to blame schedules and kids' sports activities.
Oh yeah.
We all have that.
Yeah.
But if it's important to you, you'll find a way to do it. I guarantee you take something in your life. If you love guns, if you love hunting, you find time to go hunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if this is important to you, then it will find time in your schedule. And then eventually what happens, it becomes so normal you can't not do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at now in my life, that if I were to go to any other church for some other reason, I plan on leaving Church Project anytime soon. But this is the natural next step for me to find community and do this. I can't do it by myself. I don't want to do it by myself.
Yeah.
Doing it by myself is lonely. It's not fun. I've got nobody to bounce ideas off of. I got no one to grow with and challenge me.
Yeah.
We need that. And men need that.
Absolutely.